Hello, my name is XONEVANT. Today is Sunday, December the 14th, and this is your Overdose. Alright guys, welcome back. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's actually Saturday where I live right now, but I went ahead and said Sunday the 14th because it's probably going to take me a couple of hours to edit this show down. I'm not sure how long this overdose is going to be. You guys know that these tend to run for 20 to 30 minutes, maybe even more. But I got a lot to talk about. A lot's been happening over the last week or two, and I know that we haven't been hanging out every day, but I like these overdoses. A lot of you guys seem to like them as well. You guys know that my life is pretty busy right now. We're going through Christmas holiday where I live, and so hopefully when that all dies down and we get in like January, mid-January, that sort of thing, then I can get back to more of a regular schedule with not only the daily dose, but with just content in general. But I have to be honest with you, I have not even played a video game in about a month. And I gotta tell you guys, I'm wanting to play so bad. But you guys know that when I play a video game, I like to have, plenty of time to sit down and enjoy it. I don't like to play for an hour at a time. I'm just not that kind of gamer. I want to get in there and marathon stuff and that sort of thing. So as soon as time opens up, there'll be more content back on the channel, more coverage and things of that nature. But let's get into some of the topics that I wanted to talk about. And I'm going to start off with this one. Now, I've debated in my mind about whether I wanted to talk about this publicly with you guys. Typically, when I do things like this, what I'm about to tell you, they tend to be more of a private thing, right? Between myself and, the individuals that I'm, doing this particular thing with. And basically what I do, one of my goals in life, right, is to help people. I love helping people, whether it be financially or just giving them my time. Maybe maybe they're moving or something like that, and I can just get in there and help them for a couple of hours. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. A lot of you guys know my backstory, right? Where both of my parents lost their jobs when I was around 19, 20 years old. I had to basically get out of college and go work on a farm, right? So I could make enough money to pay our bills, right? Because they were going through, legal stuff and trying to get their money. And you know how it is. It's very, very difficult, right? And it took years for them to finally get the money they were due and that sort of thing through legal action. And so, during that time period, I had to go out and be a big boy. You know what I'm saying? I had to go out and be, pay big boy bills. Everybody else is out having fun. I'm taking care of the house. And it was a lot of pressure, but ever since that moment, I don't know, there was something magical about it too, right? And I know it's my family and I'm kind of supposed to do it, right? Because it's my family. I mean, of course I'm not going to say no. But after that, I don't know, like my whole life just changed. It opened up and I said, hey, you know what? For the rest of my life, I'm going to take any extra that I have. A lot of people, when they hear these kind of stories, they go, man, why would you give people everything? I don't. You know what I mean? I give people the extra, right? I think a lot of people keep the extra, but I said, any extra time I have, any extra money that I have, that sort of thing, I just want to give it away. You know what I mean? I want to do something good for people around me, people who are good. You know what I'm saying? And that's always been kind of my dream. And just yesterday, actually, if you see this on Sunday, it would be 2 days ago. It happened on Friday, the 12th. I'm going to say we did something good. I can't take all the credit for this one. We did something good. Square One Games did something good. Let me go back. So you guys know I started my new job. I think it was probably about 2.5 months ago, right? I met a whole new set of people, right? These people I had never met before, aside from B.A. Bakerbo15. You guys know he used to help me run the YouTube channel. He actually ended up working there. I don't know how that happened. But, he was the only person that I actually knew. Everybody else was brand new people. And these are good people. One particular person that I met, actually on the day that I interviewed, other than my boss, was Ashley Dodd. Can't say her name because I'm sure she won't care. Ashley Dodd, met her and only met her briefly, right? Met her briefly, but she seemed like a nice person. And then actually over the next couple of days, that's the person who I trained with, right? And there was another girl on staff there, but she did shipping, so she was kind of out in a different area. But the person that was in the office with me the most was obviously my boss, but she was doing stuff in the back end and taking care of emails and stuff like that. And so the person that was in the office with me training me was Ashley. Super nice person, right? And then I think it was a day or two later, I met her husband. He came in. He also does some stuff there part-time. He has a different job. Just really cool people. I'm talking cool people. You guys know I love me some cool people. That's why we all hang out, right? Square One Games. That's what makes us all unique, because we cool. You know what I mean? And we don't analyze all the positives and the negatives, and we don't get into all that. You know what I mean? We kind of just accept people for who they are and where they are in life at that particular time. And, you know, you start talking, you know, obviously we're talking about work 95% of the time, but as you get to know somebody, people start opening up. You know what I mean? They start asking me questions about my life and, you know, where were you from and, you know, that sort of thing. And why did you want to work here and blah, blah, blah. And then I start asking them questions, right? You know, where are you from? This sort of thing. How long have you lived in this area? You know, just small talk. But I found out something. They actually are doing something with their lives that I don't think many people could do. I don't. I think people can say they're going to do it, right? Talk is cheap. They actually are wanting to go around the world, see other cultures, right? Experience life, right? And the way that they are going about doing this, they are selling everything they have. Everything but a backpack worth of stuff. Everything. They've sold their house. They've sold their cars. They've sold it all. And they're going to go around the world. They're going to China. They're going to, you know, Los Angeles. They're going to all these different places. New Zealand. They're going to freaking New Zealand, son, where the hobbits are. Right? And they've sold everything they got to be able to go. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't think many people could do that. I really don't. I couldn't do that. Right? I want to go to Egypt. I've been wanting to go to Egypt my whole life. I think that's just a fascinating, the pyramids. You guys have heard me talk about that before, but I don't think I would sell stuff to go. I might work harder and save to go. Right? But there's a difference. These people are sacrificing all their earthly possessions, if you will, right? All their worldly possessions, and they're going to do it. And I was motivated by that. And, you know, obviously the last couple of months, that's been the talk of the office is when are you leaving? And they're actually leaving near the end of this month, December, like right before the end of the year. They're going to be heading out for, I want to say it's 6 months, 5.5 to 6 months, but I want to say it's 6 months. And they're just trying to cram in as many different cultures and areas around this planet that they can get into, right? Within their budget. And I got to thinking, because when I'm motivated by certain things, my mind starts going, right? The cogs start turning, right? The hamster wheel, right? You guys know me, man. I love to help people. So I got to thinking, how can I help? What can I do to help them, encourage them on this journey that they're about to take for the next 5 to 6 months? What can I do, right? What small part can I play in this? And I said, well, I'll just, you know, give them some money, right? Help them get on their way. Because when we were talking, right, and I'm not going to get too much into this because I don't know how much they want to be public, but they do have like a weekly budget that they've set up, right, based on what they have in the bank and their assets, you know, just all that kind of stuff, right, what they got going on financially. And I don't know that, but they have like a weekly budget and they got it all mapped out, and they've got where they're going to stay and all this kind of stuff. And I said, well, what can I do, right? I can help give to that. That's what I'm going to do. And you guys know that it's been a slow month for us. I mean, December usually is a big month. November, December, usually a big month for coverage on games, but I just don't have the time. You guys know that. And you guys know that I'll make it up to you next year when, you know, I have more time. So I said, what can I do with the money that I normally would make on YouTube, right? Because you guys know that I still haven't been able to break away from my gaming network, so ads are still running on the videos. I'll get into that maybe in a different commentary because that's been crazy. But I'm still making money on the ads that run in front of all of the videos that we have here on Square One Games. And normally you guys know I take that money and you know, use it to buy new games, right? So we can cover them for the channel. But I just haven't had the time to play. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that money, right? And I'll be honest with you, it's not a lot of money. It's, I'll tell you it's less than $150. Well, I'll tell you it's less than $125, right? Without giving too much away. So I get that money last month, right? And instead of putting it into the channel, I said, you know what? I'm gonna play some mind games with them, right? So I went up to Ashley one day at work and I said, pick a number between 1 and 100. And she looked at me kind of crazy, like I was crazy. And I can see why that might be. And she said, 72. And she was firm on it. And of course, you know, I played around with her. I said, you sure now? Are you sure? You sure 72? And, you know, days go by and I would keep hitting her up like, now, you should not, I can give you one more chance to not pick that number. Now, if you want to, you know, go down to maybe a lower number or a higher number. And of course, that was all fun and games. I was trying to throw her off. And at the end of the day, 72 was the number, right? And then she even asked her husband, right? If you had to pick a number between 1 and 100, and believe it or not, that joker picked 72. Oh, everybody picking 72, right? So what I did is I took the money that we made last month, Square One Games, and yesterday or Friday at work, depending on when you watch this, right in the middle of the office, it was about lunchtime, we were all in there eating, and we were just talking and hanging out. I said, you know what? It's time. Now, before I tell you, let me go back a little bit further, because I forgot this. This is very important before we get into how much money we gave her, Square One Games. So I found out probably about 2.5 weeks ago that they really wanted to go to Disneyland. They're not going to be able to go because it exceeds their weekly budget. And obviously they got to stick with that. So I said, well, you know, even if I give her the $72, which I'd already planned to do anyway, that's not going to be enough. We're going to have to give her more, right? We're going to have to do better than that. Square One Games got to do better than $72. So let's go ahead and fast forward back to Friday at the office. So we get in there, we're all eating, and I bring up Disneyland and we're talking or whatever, and I bring up the 72, and she still doesn't understand that it's $72. She thinks that I'm actually going to make her do something 72 times. Because one day I asked her, I said, you know, what's your worst food? Like, what do you not like? And she was like, I can't stand hot sauce. And I was like, And she said, are you going to make me drink hot sauce 72 times? It was one of those things. And I was like, I don't know. I'm crazy. Right. And so yesterday we were talking in the office and I said, it's time. It's time for 72. I don't know what was actually said, but we started talking about 72 and I was like, it's time. It's time for 72, baby. And I said, let me just run to my car right quick. And she said, if you bring back a bottle of hot sauce, you know what I'm saying? And I said, I'm crazy. So I go out there and inside of my car, what I had done that morning, right, before anybody got to work, because I get to work usually before anybody else does, because I have to do shipping, right? We have these little envelopes that we sometimes will ship things in. So I grabbed 3 of them. And on the first one, I put the word your, right? And then on the second one, I put going to on the outside. And then on the third one, I left it blank. Nothing. But on the inside of the your envelope, I put $72 because that was the number between 1 to 100. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because you guys help generate that $72 because you guys watch and enjoy the videos on Square One Games. That revenue that came through, where I would normally put it back to the channel, I put it into this gift. So you guys help to donate $72 to somebody fulfilling their dream. And that's important. Then in the going to envelope, I put in $40. Now, a while back, some of you guys know this, some of you guys may not. Griefsy93 won a contest where he found my birthday in my thumbnail on actually on a lot of my thumbnails for the videos that I make for you guys. He found the birthday and that was a prize I was going to give out. And I told him I talked to him privately when he and I played Arma. And then when we played Arma, we talked and I was getting all his information. I was about to give him the gift. He's like, hey man, hey X, you know what? I don't want the gift, man. I don't feel right taking it, right? It was fun playing along. It was fun playing with the contest. I just don't feel right taking it from me, right? So why don't you take that money, do something cool with it. Do something for you. You know what I mean? Buy a game for the channel, spend it on something for you. You know what I mean? I appreciate it, but you take that money and you do something cool with it. So on behalf of Griefsy93, he gave his prize money to this particular family, this particular couple, right, going on their trip, fulfilling their dream. So we gave them 72, we gave them 40. But you guys know we got to do better than that. So in the last envelope, there was nothing wrote on the outside of the envelope. Nothing. So it's you're going to, but then they don't know where, right? So when they open up the last envelope, on the inside, it's a sheet of paper, and I wrote Disneyland on a white sheet of paper, black magic marker. And in that envelope was $200. And that $200 came from me, not revenue money, not prize money. This is straight from my banking account to them. Because when people motivate you, you want to help them. You see what I'm saying? So she opens it all up. She gets the 72, she gets the 40, and then she gets the 200. And I said, look, I remember you telling me how much it was going to cost you guys to go to Disneyland. I said, now how much was that? And she said the number. And I said, you've got more than you need. You enjoy your trip to Disneyland. And then, of course, she was excited and crying, and it was exactly the way it should be, right? She was happy because they were going to get to go on their trip and actually have a little bit of fun time, while they were on their trip. Because they're going to be doing a lot of work and that sort of thing over there to earn money and things of that nature, to earn places to stay. It's going to be a phenomenal trip. And that's what we did, right? I did my 200, and you guys did thereabouts 100 of your own, right? Because when you watch, like I said, when you guys watch these videos, at least now, right? Eventually there'll be no ads on these videos. But we did it. We did something cool for these people. And her husband wasn't there at the time. Came in a little bit later on that day and obviously thanked us, thanked me. And of course I told him it was everybody and that sort of thing. And they've actually subscribed to the YouTube channel and they're following us. And look, I'm going to leave a link to not only their YouTube channel, because they're actually going to be vlogging their trip. But I'm going to leave another link in the description for their WordPress site. They're actually doing, I don't know if it'll be daily, but she's going to be doing blogs and stuff over there about their adventures. And so if anybody wants to follow them, you're more than welcome. You guys did help contribute to their cause, right? They're just really good people, really, really good people. And I can get behind really good people. So SOG did a really good thing on Friday. And like I said, normally I keep this kind of stuff private. Normally I don't really make a big deal out of it because I don't want to get credit for it. You know what I'm saying? That's not why I do things like this. I don't do this kind of stuff so I can flex my financial muscle and, be the big dog. That's not why I do it. You know what I mean? I do it because when people motivate you and they're good people, you do the right thing. You try to give to them. And then, good things happen. To me, good things, it's circular, man. You do good things for people, good things happen to you. Life goes on. You just keep rinsing and repeating. Life is great, right? I applaud you guys. I know you didn't have any idea that y'all were doing it, but you guys know I'm crazy when it comes to stuff like this. I still want to go into a Best Buy or something and buy somebody like a flat screen TV or a couch or something like crazy. That's another dream of mine, and just to walk into a Best Buy or a Walmart or a Target and just see somebody looking at an appliance or something that's kind of high dollar and just slam down the money and tell them to enjoy it. That's another dream of mine. And you guys know I still want to get some people out of debt, like people that I know, people that I maybe haven't even met yet. That's also a dream of mine, is to help people. But that's what we did. And I figured I would lead off with that story because I know a lot of you guys don't necessarily have the time to watch these overdoses in their full length. So I wanted to get this in the first story, the first topic, because I just thought it was cool. And it's Christmas time, so it kind of all fits in. And I just want Ashley and her husband to have a really good time on their trip and enjoy it. Work hard, but play hard. You know what I'm saying? And enjoy your trip to Disneyland on behalf of Square One Games. Let's get into the next topic. So Red Dead Redemption is finally over. I know that took forever for me to release all the videos for that, guys. And like I said, that's just due to the fact that I've been so busy. But it's over. It was it was such a good game, guys. I have to tell you, it's up there in one of my, I don't know which top 10 list it's in. I don't know, magical moments in the game, best game ever. You know how we all gamers have to have 50,000 top 10 lists, right? This is up there in one of my lists. And especially that moment when you get in Mexico and that music starts playing, boy, it was good. And if you've seen the personal play, you've seen the credits, so you know how I feel about the game and the details of it. But all in all, super good game. If you haven't seen the playthrough, it's all up on the channel now. You can marathon it. It's 36 videos, I believe. But really good game. I loved it. Now, I say that to say this, because a lot of you guys don't know what happens on the back end of Square One games, right? You just see the videos, but you don't understand what happens on my end, right? Some of the challenges that I have, other than just time and work and all that kind of stuff. I've been wanting to play Dishonored and Dead Space. That's the two that I really want to get into next. But the problem is that I've been running out of hard drive space. You guys know that my hard drive is only but so big. And I have client stuff on there. I have stuff that I do for some other YouTube channels. I have the videos that I make. So it's all on one hard drive. And it's been very hard to play another game because I'm out of hard drive space. And I can't delete, like normally when I do a game like Red Dead Redemption, I won't delete any of my personal files until the whole till the whole playlist is done, right? Till I got all 36 videos up and I feel like it's good. Because once I delete them, I can't go back. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times I might post a video, YouTube might mess it up, or there might be a copyright issue that comes up a couple of weeks after I post it. And if I don't have that original raw file, I can't do any edits. So I leave the whole thing up. I give it a week or two. If everything seems good, then I purge the hard drive, create new space. You see what I'm saying? But the problem is that I can only cover so many games at one time because I'm running out of space. And that's really what's been happening with, you know, when I covered Dark Souls and Red Dead Redemption there at kind of like the same time, I ran out of space. So just the other night, actually it was Thanksgiving, I went to eat at a friend's house, and he was like, man, on Newegg right now, this was Thursday, he was like, until like 7 o'clock, and I think it was like 6:30. He was like, until 7 o'clock, they got sales on hard drives. So if you want to pick one up, we'll go in there right now and run that fantastic plastic, baby. And you know me, I was like, word, let's do it. So I'm sitting here looking at right here. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the microphone, but got a package over here to my right. It is a 2 terabyte hard drive that he's going to be installing for me. I just got to get it over there to him. He's pretty busy too. That's going to really be now where all of the Square One Games stuff is going to be stored. That way I never have to worry about running out of space, and I can play multiple games at one time, or at least, you know, get all the footage on there and then obviously edit as I go. But that's going to alleviate some of the pressures that I've had on my end. I've also got over here, actually underneath the hard drive in another package, an SD card, which he's going to install as well. So that's going to help me with some of my performance on my PC. So all that stuff is going to get done before we go into the new year. But that's really going to allow me to get Dead Space and Dishonored played, which I will be doing soon. I'm just going to marathon them on the Saturdays that I'm off. And that's going to allow me to kind of get all the footage on the computer, and then obviously I can just edit as I go. And that'll be kind of something that we filter through in the first couple of months of January while I'm actually doing some more trophy coverage and achievement coverage, which is what's been lacking on the channel for the last couple of months. So that's kind of the plans going into 2015. And you know what? Let's talk about this too. Let's talk about 2015 right quick, because in 2013, I really didn't have any plans. I mean, I did, right? I mean, obviously I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to get up on the channel, but I didn't pressure myself. You see what I'm saying? There was no deadlines. There was no, I'm going to run this series every other day at 7 o'clock, blah, blah, blah. I just did stuff. I was like, hey man, BioShock Infinite's coming out. I'm trying to cover that. Bam. Right? And I got all them videos up. Darksiders coming, trying to cover that. Whatever game came out, I was like, I'm trying to cover that game. It looks cool. Boom. And I put it up on the channel. This year, 2014, go back and watch the very first Daily Dose video that I did. I'm telling you, man, that was the nail in the coffin. And I thought I was doing the right thing. I was like, you know what? I'll get on the schedule. I'll treat the YouTube channel like it's cable or something, right? Like it's TV. You know what I mean? You know how you got that favorite TV show that you watch every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, you know, whatever. I was like, I'll do the same thing. It doesn't work that way. It took all the creativity out of YouTube, right? It made YouTube feel more like a job. And if YouTube was a job for me, it would feel correct. But YouTube was not a job for me. It was a hobby. So if you've ever tried to make your hobby a job, right, it doesn't feel correct. And I kind of messed myself up this year, I feel like. And I know you guys don't hold me, like, you don't dislike me for it or anything. Nobody hates me for it. But I do feel like I let you guys down this year. It's been a tough year for content. But when I go to 2015, I'm just going to play it by ear. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm not going to say I'm going to do what I want to do, but you get my point. I'm going to do what I think is healthy for the channel. I'm going to cover the games that I feel like is good for the channel, but I'm not going to put myself in this box anymore where, I have to put out content every other day at the same time. And if I don't, I feel bad. And I'm going to take that pressure off, right? I don't need that pressure. It takes the creative fun out of YouTube for a person like me who just loves to make videos. And I can get that passion back. Not to say that I haven't had passion this year, because I have. Every game that I've played, I've enjoyed. I didn't play a game because I was like, man, I gotta play it. That's what they want to see me. No, I mean, I enjoyed it. I didn't play Red Dead Redemption because you guys forced me to play it or that I hated to play it. No, I really enjoyed it, right? Through and through. So I don't want you guys to think that I put on some false persona this year, because I didn't. Everything I played, I enjoyed and I wanted to play. But I think having all the deadlines and the too much structure, right? It just wasn't something that helped out with the creativity part of being a YouTuber, right? Making videos. That kind of left, and it just felt too much like a job. Too much pressure, right? Too much stress, and I didn't like it. So we're going to take all that out in 2015. We're going to go back to the same format that we had in 2013, where one day you're just going to click on the channel and I'll just be covering a game. I'm not going to announce games weeks in advance. And you guys know, if you go back and a lot of you guys have been following the channel since 2013, you know that I wouldn't tell you, I would tell you maybe 48 hours before a game dropped. Hey, here's the graphics. A lot of you guys would see those on Facebook and Twitter early because you follow me there. And then I'll just drop the game. Bam. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's going to be when we go into 2015. Obviously, I'm going to try to cover the AAA games and, that sort of thing. But I might throw some indie games in there, too. I'm really getting into those a lot. A lot of these PlayStation download games, these $15 games, I don't know, these things are interesting me right now, right? Not just all the AAA games are glitchy, right? That's what I'm hearing. And so I'm just going to play what I want to play what I think is healthy for the channel, take requests from you guys, through interacting and that sort of thing. And just, like I said, get ourselves out of this box. You know what I mean? We could have grown this year. I think I projected as being at about 10,000 subscribers about right now. And I think if I would have took myself out of that box that I put myself in at the beginning of the year, just made videos like I wanted to, I honestly think we would have been there. So that's going to be the goal for next year, is to get us up to 10,000 subscribers, but do it so I'm not so stressed and, I can be more creative with everything. And that kind of leads into my next topic, which is the website. You guys know a week or so ago, I did the little trailer for the website, and I'm still working on it. It is going to be released sometime in the first 3 months of next year. I was shooting for a January the 1st date back when I started planning this with these other YouTubers that we're working with. Problem is that, I got this job. Actually, we were planning for a September 15th release date, believe it or not, because we've been talking about this for a while. But that's about the time that my career changed and I had to go out and get a job and that sort of thing. So that kind of got put on hold. And then the new plan was to do it on January the 1st. Boom, son. Kick off the new year right. I don't think it's going to make it. There's still a lot of work to be done, and I still have to walk all of the people who's going to be helping me with the site through the site, right? And then we have to obviously look at things and maybe make some changes and that sort of stuff. And if you're out there, you know who you are, and you were actually in the Dormouse Gaming Arcadia, 2 Pro for You Games, the Bald Solo Podcast, VGN Professor, Pro HD Gaming. I think I got all of you. Zaycrest, all you guys, you were in the trailer. I'll be contacting you guys privately so we can talk more about that. But the website really is the only thing that I know I'll be on some type of schedule with, right, coming into 2015. And that's going to be the way that we communicate, guys. I'm talking, it's going to be fantastic. A lot of work left to be done on that, but I'm working every single day on it. I'm probably getting, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 hours of code time in every day. Because what I'll do is I'll get home about 7 o'clock from the job, give or take, eat, shower, do what I got to do, go straight to bed. Usually by 8, I'll get up around 2 in the morning. And then I will, between 2 and 7, which is when I have to be back at work, I will code. And then starting next week, I'm going back to the gym to work out. So an hour of that, give or take, will be gym time. And that's really my cycle, all right, until things lighten up a bit at the job and I can put more time into doing YouTube and the website. But that's what I'm doing right now. So it's taking longer, right, because I don't have those long days. And then days like today, like Saturday, I did code some this morning, and I'll typically code all day on days that I'm off. But I don't think we're going to meet the January 1st deadline. We still may. Hey, miracles can happen, right? But I think I'm just going to not firm that date up with you guys. It'll be sometime in the first 3 months. And obviously, we're going to do some more videos for you guys on how you can get involved and interact with the site. This is not going to be a website where you just come to it every day, read some articles and watch some videos, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I can't really explain to you how it's going to work yet, but you're going to be interacting with the community, not just me, not just Dormouse, not just Gaming Arcadia, not 2Pro, not all these guys, right? You're going to be interacting with everybody, and we're working on how to make that happen right now. And it's going to be something that I think it's something that we have to do at this point in the game to continue to make Square One Games a thriving community, right? It can't just be YouTube anymore. It just can't. We got to take it to that next level. That's all going to happen. I don't know when we're going to get together and do a big video for you guys, but that's going to be coming. I'm not sure if it's going to be on this channel. I got some other stuff in the pipeline that I'm working on behind the scenes. It may actually be on like a different YouTube channel. We'll get to that in a different commentary, but just be ready for the website coming in 2015, January, February, May, something like that. We should be good to go. Now, here's another interesting thing that happened this past week. Actually, on, was it Thursday? Yeah, it was Thursday. Went to the eye doctor. Actually, this is something I've been putting off for a long time. I have such a busy lifestyle, right? I have so many things going on that I will say, oh, I'll call the eye doctor next week, or I'll do it tomorrow. Got too much stuff going on today. And, I just needed to go in and see the eye doctor. I don't have anything wrong with my eyes. I haven't been, experiencing any pain or discomfort or anything like that. But, I just haven't been to the eye doctor in, I don't know, like 10 years. It's been a long time, baby. And like I said, it's mainly because I don't have any discomfort, right? I can see fine. Everything seems to be good, but you just need to see your eye doctor, right? You don't need to go like 10 years without seeing your eye doctor, right? So you guys know I wear glasses. I've tried wearing contacts. Well, some of you may not know that, but I do. I wear glasses. And I've tried wearing contacts before, but my brain just didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? I was actually talking to the doctor on Thursday, and she was like, so have you tried contacts? And I was like, yeah. And she said, well, sometimes your brain just doesn't like it. I said, yeah, because I put one in the left eye and everything seemed good, right? I mean, of course, I couldn't see nothing out of the right eye, but the left eye was clear. Put it in the right eye, everything was still clear, but it was double vision, which ain't good, right? So she said, well, sometimes the brain just doesn't like it. And I said, yeah, my brain just didn't like it. So had to stay with the glasses, which I don't mind wearing glasses. Some people do, doesn't bother me. I just want to see. I look at things for more of a function, right? A lot of people don't want to, wear glasses because they feel like it makes them look a certain way, or, they're self-conscious about it or whatever. For me, I want to see. And if I got to wear glasses to be able to see, done, son, sign me up, right? So, it's actually funny, right? Because going back to what I talked about at the beginning, Ashley and her husband, right? Ashley actually went to an eye doctor, same one I went to a couple weeks back. Her and my boss actually got some new frames because, she was getting ready to go on her trip. So she got her eyes checked, did all that kind of stuff. She got a coupon. Oh, baby. 50% off coupon for everything. I'm talking the eye exam, everything, the whole nine, everything. 50% off. and she got one. She got an extra one. Gave it to me a couple weeks back. I was like, oh shoot, son, I will get this done before, you know, the new year. But you guys know me, I keep putting it off. Too busy. So I think it was Thursday morning. She comes in, her and my boss, we're all talking or whatever. And she's over there on the phone. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm making you an appointment right now. So she actually calls up the place, makes me a 4:30 appointment. I'll leave the job about 3 because I was afraid they were going to dilate my eyes. If you never had your eyes dilated, it's not the most pleasant experience, right? So I had to get some shopping done and stuff like that. So I was like, look, I'll leave at 3, get the shopping done, run it all to my place because I live about, 4 minutes from this place, right? So I'll take it to my apartment, drop off the groceries, drop off everything. Then I'll go. That way, if they dilate my eyes, I can just come straight home. You see what I'm saying? But luckily they didn't. They have some, like I said, I ain't been to an eye doctor in so long. They have this new equipment that they have, and sometimes they don't have to dilate the eyes. They put this thing near your eye and it feels like it just blows air into it, right? And they do that, and if that goes well, you don't have to get your eyes dilated. So that went well for me. Did all the little tests or whatever, and went and saw my doctor, my new doctor, which I'll have to see every 2 to 3 years. Right, that's when he said I needed to go back every 2 to 3 years. Saw him. He was like, man, because he's looking at my little card, right? And he's like, so when was the last time you had an eye exam? And I was like, 10 years ago. You know, I didn't want to say it all loud because I was a little bit embarrassed by it. And he's like, well, let's see how bad it is, right? Because normally when you go 10 years without an eye exam, you've been wearing the same frames. Sometimes your eyes are worse. So your prescription needs to change over time, right? Based on what your eyes need. And so we start doing the test or whatever, and we were done in like 8 minutes. Now, I remember when I went 10 years ago or whatever, it took a long time. We were done like that. And he was like, man, your eyes look great. He's like, I'm going to need to up your prescription a little bit. But for the most part, everything seemed okay. They also checked me for glaucoma and cataracts and all the other crazy stuff that can happen in the eye. No big issues there. No red flags. So, went out there to the show floor, got me some frames, baby. Got a 1-year warranty, and I think I only paid like something. It's like $123 or something like that. So everything's good on that front. I should be getting my new specs in probably either right before Christmas Day or a couple days after. They said it was 6 to 10 days, but obviously with Christmas, they're taking days off and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how it goes, but get me some new frames, which would be pretty cool. I figured I'd share that with you guys too. One last thing, moving, man. My moving plans got shot down. When I went and talked to my apartment complex about moving, I wanted to get a 2-bedroom apartment here, like where I live right now. And I guess the guy quoted me a price because he thought that I wanted a 2-bedroom, like I wanted to share that apartment with somebody else, right? Just me and another roommate. So he quoted me this like ridiculously reasonable price. And I thought he was quoting me from my own 2-bedroom apartment. So I was like, oh shoot, son, sign me up. And I called him back one day at work to kind of finalize everything. And he was like, oh man, I feel bad because I thought you were going to be, I thought you were going to want to live with somebody else. That's the price I quoted you if you want to live there by yourself. And he told me the price. And I was like, that ain't happening. You know what I mean? At that point, I should just go out and buy a house, right? Because it was a ridiculous amount. So I think what I'm going to do when the new year hits and things kind of fall back at work a bit and I get some more time on my hands, I'm just probably going to go out and get a realtor and just see what's up. Maybe it's just time for me to buy a place. I don't know. It's not a financial thing, right? It's just, I don't want to overpay. And the thing that always scares me about buying a house is, you gotta be worried about that crazy stuff that happens randomly, like, your hot water heater going out and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. Stuff that I don't have to worry about when I rent. And right now, the rent is so cheap, and I don't have to worry about all that. I love it, right? I love saving money. But, it may just be time for me to just buy a house or get out of here. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in the first 6 months of next year. But I am trying to still get my own place. I really want that privacy. I don't, like right now, my roommates are not here. which is why I'm able to do this commentary. But like if they were to come home right now, I'd have to cut this thing off because you'd be able to hear them, right? I just don't have that privacy to be able to do YouTube when I want to or do projects when I want to. But I don't want to pay a ridiculous amount either for it. But if I am, you know, I'd rather have the equity and have that in the place. So I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing, guys, is just, you know, seeing what's out there. You know, it's all, and look, it never hurts to see what your options are, right? So I know I told you guys on the last commentary that I'll be talking a little bit more about moving, and I forgot it. If you go back and watch that commentary or listen to that commentary, watch that video, I said, oh, I'll be talking about moving a little bit later on, and I never got around to it. So I figured I would hit you guys up with that too to end this particular commentary. But guys, it's been a long couple of weeks. We've got about, it's the 13th now. Obviously, if you're watching this, it's probably the 14th, but I'm recording it on the 13th. We got a couple more weeks, right? Less than a month, give or take, and things should start getting back to normal with the channel. In the meantime, I am going to try to get Dishonored played. I am going to be playing some Dead Space and trying to get some videos up now that I get my new hard drive and all that kind of stuff. So videos are on the way. I promise you. Just give me some time. And it's just been fun hanging out with you guys again, man. I really hate that we can't be doing this on a daily basis, but my time is so crazy. But a lot of you guys do like this overdose format. So I'm not sure what we're going to do next year for the daily dose. We might do a hybrid. We might do a daily dose. And on weeks where I can't get a daily show up every single day, we'll do an overdose on the weekend, or we might try to go back and do a daily dose every single day. That would be cool for me. I really enjoy that, and there are ways that I'm thinking that we could do that. I'm still looking into getting like a lavalier mic that I can possibly put on myself when I drive to work every morning and when I drive home, because that's about 20 minutes. And you know, if there's something good I want to talk about, I can say it during that quote unquote downtime, right? And put that in as part of a daily dose. That way you guys could get something every single day. So I'm always working on it, guys. I appreciate all the understanding. And this has probably been the longest overdose we've ever done. I'm looking at my recording now going, yep, yeah, I think this is a record. But just a lot I wanted to say. Remember, guys, links to Ashley Dodd and her husband Wesley, they're calling themselves the Ramblin Dodds because they're going to be going all around the world, man. It's going to be cool. All their links are in the description. Oh, and if you want to see the video where she actually got the money, it was actually taped via a cell phone yesterday. In fact, B.A. Baker Boy 15 was the guy who filmed it. There is some swearing in the video, you know, and she actually talked to me about that in a text. She was like, "Oh my God, if you're gonna show them that video, there was so much," but she was just so excited, guys. I mean, what do you do, right? So if you guys want to watch that, I'm gonna link it in the YouTube spotlight, and you guys can go check it out. You will see my arm in the video. I know a lot of you guys don't know what I look like. You can see my arm in the video. If you want to see my arm, it's there. But anyway, have fun with that. If you want to follow them, make sure you do it. They've got their WordPress site and they have their own YouTube channel, the Ramblin Dodds and the RamblinDodds.com. So all that stuff will be in the description below, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's been a great overdose. I'll see you guys on the next one. You guys be good.